afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. I'm Deidre. If you're returning, it's great to see you. Thought we could do a little treadmill chat. I have some things I wanted to vent about. Actually, I only have one thing I want to vent about. I'm in the middle. You'll see. We're in the same clothes. I am filming a reorganization, like declutter, moving a cabinet in my bedroom today. So I've already moved the cabinet and emptied it for you guys. I just need to wipe it down inside and reorganize everything. So, and declutter it, because I got that cabinet when we bought this house in 2018. Some of that stuff has been in there since 2018 because I can't get to it because it's in the back, and it's where it was so hard to get to with my husband's nightstand. So it was a whole thing. So we're doing some rearranging today. But yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of a rant because I see a lot of YouTubers do a sponsorship with this particular company. So I used this company. I paid for this company. It was not a sponsorship, and I have not had a great experience. And so I wanted to share my experience so that my viewers knew the truth about this company, and that hopefully they won't get scammed, or y'all won't get scammed as well. So make sure you like this video and subscribe. So, Homoglow. Who has watched a YouTuber that's talked about Homoglow? Even YouTubers in Canada have talked about Homoglow, and Homoglow isn't even in Canada. So, yeah, that's a whole thing. But I have seen several YouTubers talk about Homoglow, and I decided to try them out. They don't have great reviews, mind you. Their reviews are terrible for a reason. So you have to sign up to do the $19 an hour for the first clean, whatever. You have to commit to a 6-month membership at $49 a month. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Otherwise, if you cancel, you pay the full amount of your first clean. So I signed up for the 6 months, and I did a 6-hour clean for my first clean because I was like, I really need some help. The house could use a good clean. You know, I could use some extra help, and then monthly I figured I could do 3 hours just to kind of touch things up, you know? And so the girl came. I really did like her. She's a little chatty towards the end, but I did actually really like her. And she did a good job. She did a really good job. But then when it came time for my next appointment, she didn't show up. Then she texted me, was like, oh, my baby's sick. I get it. I have kids. No problem. So she rescheduled it for the next day. And then the next day came. I asked my husband to stay home and wait for her because I had to take the stray cat to the vet to get neutered. She didn't show up. She didn't text me. She didn't call me. Next thing I see, my appointment's been changed again to the next week. And I'm like, what? And so I text my husband. I was like, hey, she changed the appointment. I'll be home with breakfast tacos. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. So I text her and I'm like, hey, are you not coming? Is everything okay? No response. The next week comes, she changed the appointment again to my son's first heavenly birthday. And I was like, we're not doing this. I don't want you here on that day. So I changed the appointment to the next week, and I had her blocked as my cleaner. And I reached out to the company and I said, she keeps moving this appointment. She's not communicating with me. She's not texting me. She's not asking me, what's a good time for me. She's just moving it. She's not communicating at all. And they let me know she's breaking policy. She's supposed to communicate. It was an unauthorized cancellation on her part because she was doing it in the time frame that she was supposed to be there. So if she's supposed to be here between 8 and 9 a.m., she's doing it at like 9 a.m. And so I'm like, I'm sitting here waiting for you and you don't even show up. So that was frustrating. And so I moved the appointment to the next week. And I picked, like, you pick a bunch of days that you're available and a bunch of times. And then that way, if there's a cleaner available during one of those times, they can take your appointment and pop in, excuse me. And so this lady popped in and it said she had all these years of experience and blah, blah, blah. And so she popped in there and I was like, okay, cool. So she took my job and I booked a 3-hour clean. And when she texted me, she was like, hey, I'm going to have someone with me, so I'll have a little bit of help. I was like, okay, cool. She didn't tell me anything else. Well, she shows up late because she was having car trouble. And on the way here, she's like, oh, my vacuum's broken. Do you mind if I use yours? No, that's fine. Like, you know, you're letting me know. It's not a big deal. And so I let her use my vacuum. I showed her where it was and everything. I showed her where the upstairs vacuum, because I have one upstairs and one downstairs. And so I showed them where all that was. And she shows up with her husband and her 16-year-old son. And I was like, I was a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. Even my neighbor was standing there like staring at them because he's trying to see what's going on, because these people, you know. And so they come in and she doesn't tell me anything. Like, she doesn't tell me she doesn't have cleaning supplies, nothing. She just like comes into the house. I thought they had stuff. And so she said, oh, it's probably not going to take us 3 hours. I was like, okay. She's like, but you still have to pay for 3 hours. Okay. And so I show her where everything is. I walk them around. I ask them if they have any questions. They tell me no. And I had grief counseling. And so I had to shut my door. And I shut the door for an hour for my counseling. And apparently during that hour, they were only here for an hour and a half. No joke. Apparently someone, I don't know, went into my master bedroom closet and my Coach purse, like my backpack that I usually use, was on the floor with my wallet. But I was like mid-transfer of like wallets because I went to a smaller wallet and a smaller purse because I'm trying to like downsize my life. And so I hadn't like moved everything or done all that yet. And so there were some credit cards in that wallet. And so somebody took a credit card out of that wallet. And I didn't know because I wasn't checking for that. I mean, I didn't expect someone to go in my closet, you know. And so I went out when I was done. I walked around and I had noticed that I had my cleaners like were everywhere. And I was like, oh, is that your mop and bucket? She's like, oh no, that's yours. So I'm like, oh, you went in my garage. Like, so she went into my garage and started digging through my garage to find my stuff. And then she was in my cabinets, going through my cabinets. She was in my bathroom. Like, she was in all of my stuff. And I'm like, that made me uncomfortable. And so I was like, okay, well, alrighty then. And so on Saturday, so she cleaned the house on Monday, last Monday. On Saturday, I get a phone call from my credit union where I work. And they're like, hey, so we're seeing this transaction for $288 at Walmart. Is that you? I was like, nope, not me. And they're like, oh, now it's coming through it like $70-something. Is that you? Nope, not me. So I go looking for the credit card. The physical credit card is gone. And I'm on the phone with the rep and I said, the credit card's gone. They're like, what do you mean? I said, my physical credit card is gone. It was in my wallet. It's not in my wallet anymore. And I know for a fact I hadn't moved it because I only put my debit cards in my new wallet. So I left everything else in the other wallet. And they were like, so I told them, I said, can you completely shut down that credit card, send me a new one? And, you know, we went through the charges, nothing else had been charged. And I was like, God bless it, you know? I'm so frustrated. And this woman was like, oh, I'll give you my private number. You can text me on the side and I can do your cleaning on the side. We don't have to go through that company. We're trying to start our own cleaning company. Like, everything's just been really sketch with this company. I had recommended them to some of my neighbors. I texted my neighbors. I was like, don't use them. I don't recommend them. 0 stars. Don't use them. Like, they're stealing. Their people are shady. Like, I don't recommend them at all. And I'm so disappointed in just everything. You can't call Home Aglow. They don't want you to email them. They will do everything they can to prevent you from emailing them. And so I'm going to get out of my contract with them. I don't care if I have to pay the $260 to cancel the contract, because this is baloney. I don't think it's fair that not only has my home been violated, like, I've been violated, like, having these people in my home, and they're stealing from me. I don't know if they've stolen anything else. I haven't looked. I don't even know what else they would have taken. What other credit cards they may have taken. So, I don't know. I wanted to share my experience with them, because I don't think that these influencers are sharing the truth, or maybe Home Aglow is just sending their best cleaners to them. I don't know, but maybe because Home Aglow doesn't know that I have a YouTube channel. I mean, I'm not an influencer. I'm just a regular person who shares my parts of my life on YouTube. I don't know, but I just wanted to be honest with y'all, because, you know, that's what this is for. To share my life, to share things that I'm doing. Like, I needed help to try and stay on top of my house, and, you know, like, I don't have to spend that money. I shouldn't spend that money. I was trying to just take some mental load off, to try and keep my mental health at a good place, you know? But I feel like I'm in a good place. So, you know, I think I'm okay. I'll just deal with it. I'll deal with it myself. Or I'll figure out something else. I don't know. But I just wanted to share my experience. I hope that if you thought about using them, or were going to use them, you'll think twice about it now. But I hope that you will like this video. Subscribe down below. And I have some more content coming for y'all soon. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all. Hi, y'all. I just wanted to film an update on the Home Aglow situation, so I'm actually going to attach this to that video. I didn't want to upload that video until I had a final conclusion to the story. Yes, I'm wearing pajamas because it's Saturday morning, and why not? So, Home Aglow finally reached out to me. It took them several days to respond to me. They wanted me to jump through hoops. Like, I had to provide proof of what time the cleaners came with video documentation, like screenshots from my cameras of what time they got here, of what time they left. I had to provide screenshots of my text conversations to prove if she said people were coming with her, and like any conversation like that. I had to provide a police report, and I had to provide if I had any proof that she may or may not have taken the cards, like that she acknowledged it. And I told him, I'm like, I didn't confront her. Why would she acknowledge that? And I said, I don't have cameras in my closet or my bedroom, you know, so I don't have proof that they took it. I'm just letting you know that they were in my home. This went missing. I can't say for certain that they took it. Like, call Walmart and ask them, because I found out later that they actually charged 3 times. They charged $282.88 twice, and then $77.37 once. And all three were declined, and the card was flagged for fraud and closed. So that's good. But they wanted me to give them all that information. They wanted me to give them, like, they wanted me to read all these things. I had to fill out these forms, and like, I had to like go through all these things. And I actually, like, I wrote them like this long, lengthy thing. And I said, like, I understand that people probably tell you all kinds of things about your cleaners. I understand you having your cleaners' backs. Like, I get it. I said, I understand that you take fraud seriously. So do I. And I am not trying to like fraudulently accuse your cleaners of behavior, that didn't happen. Like, and I said, so this is very serious for me too. I said, but my home has been violated. I have been violated. And, this isn't acceptable for me. I said, you're asking me to jump through hoops and provide you all of this evidence that this is what happened. Like, and for what? Like, I've had to do all of these things. And you're like, for what? What are you going to do? And so I did everything that they asked me to do. I filled out all the paperwork. I did all the things. And I basically told them, I said, I do have a YouTube channel. I am going to film and upload a review of my experience with HomeGlow. And I said, but I don't want your cleaners in my house. I don't feel safe. I feel very violated. I said, I don't trust them. I said, my things are going missing. I don't even know, like, I noticed that like my jewelry box in my drawer that was in the same closet had been pulled forward, but I don't know if anything's missing. I couldn't tell. It's not a drawer that I go into very often. So I wasn't positive if anything was missing. My good stuff wasn't missing. That I could tell right off the bat. So I don't know. I just told him, I said, look, I'm not comfortable with your people in my house. I don't want your cleaners in my house. I don't want to pursue this contract anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm done with your company. I'm done with your people. And so they did let me out of the contract at no charge. And they did give me a $50 credit in the event I decided that I wanted to let their people in my house again. I will not be letting their people in my house again. But of course, they didn't refund anything. They said that it was fine that she brought people with her to decrease the amount of cleaning time as long as she told me. They didn't seem to care that it was her husband and her son. They didn't care that she charged me for 3 hours. And only worked an hour and a half. Like, so they don't care about any of those things. I didn't get any refund for any of that. I just got the $50 credit and the cancellation of my my services. But at least I got that. So I will take it. I'm happy that I got out of my contract and I don't have to deal with these people anymore. So I just wanted to share my personal experience and my situation because that was too much, y'all. So that is my experience with HomeGlow. I felt like I was the one that did something wrong and had to jump through hoops to prove that I didn't do something, or, like I felt like I was the one being accused of something. And so it was wild. So yeah. So take what you will. This is all from my experience. I don't know that these cleaners took anything. This is all alleged from my experience. All I know is something was here and now it's not. So I don't know that she took it. And I was very forthright about that from the very beginning. I don't know that she took it. I just wanted them to know that something was missing and that something had been used. That's it. That's all I wanted them to know. And then it got escalated into this whole thing. And so here we are. So that's my experience with them. I just wanted to share the ending of my saga with you here. I hope that you guys will subscribe down below. Make sure you hit like on this video. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.